So obviously you had that, amazing success, a really almost like short success in a short time, with your London result. From London to Rio, where do you think things maybe went a bit wrong?
I think two things, and again, tying back to what I said before, I think they mostly stem from like mentality, which I think is the most important thing for a rower or anyone doing any sport. I think the first one, really ironically, after London when we won, actually in hindsight, and it's easy now, I've like had time away to reflect, I was probably at my lowest confidence because it all came so quick, and then it happened, and it was amazing, but it was pretty big and overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I think, it did come quick and it didn't, right? I'd been training hard for a lot of years before. I didn't just jump in a boat like that year and go to the Olympics, but moving into the senior team and that level of success came pretty quick.
Yeah.
So I think actually because of that, I was thinking, I think I've got to go and do another one to prove like it wasn't a fluke, or to prove that I am actually good, because like in that day and age then, and especially in rowing, you're following like Steve Redgrave, Matt Pinson, now we've got like Helen Glover, people who go to they win multiple golds.
Yeah.
I was like, so maybe one's not good enough, like, it's amazing how quickly your goalposts shift.
Yeah.
I think I thought, and I think this was another thing, I think I thought if I went to the Olympics and won, I would suddenly think that I was amazing and such a good rower and like life would be amazing, and it is an amazing thing, but actually life is the same, you feel the same about yourself, like nothing really changes. So I think I actually probably wasn't very confident at that point. I was definitely a lot less confident than I had been at the start of like 2011, 2012 before I even got into the team, which is funny to think because you wouldn't expect it that way. And then I'd say we built up, things started to go really well. Like we did have some really good results that Olympiad. We won the World Cup series, which I think was the only time we'd ever done that. When I was with Imogen, broke the world record with Imogen, and then Charlie came along, who was amazing and so powerful, and we broke the world record again, and again I think we won Europeans, got the silver medal at Worlds the year before, and I remember at the final in Aiguebelette in 2015 when we got the silver, it was like a bit like we were closing up on the Kiwis, who were again with the form crew just before, and I think we got the silver by like half a length or a canvas or something, but we'd been gaining on them, and I was like, oh, we finished, and we were like, we can get that next year. And I think what went wrong between that final and Rio, I think we pushed it way too hard, and I think we pushed it way too hard physically. We both got overtraining twice. I got overtraining twice. Charlie got a bad back. We just had stuff all through the year, which meant we had a lot of time out of the boat. We missed a lot of important prep time, but I'd say more than that, I don't think I dealt with all of that going on very well. Like my natural instinct, if you've done like Insight's personality profiling, when I was rowing I'm very red, so I'm quite like, it's quite like almost when it goes too far for me and I'm under stress, if I don't watch it, I can be quite like intense and domineering, and I'm like, we've just got to do this, and almost quite like harsh and cutthroat. And we had all different personalities between me, Charlie and Reedy. Yeah, and I think I didn't deal with the lack of control of us missing training and being injured and having overtraining, because at that point, especially when you've had overtraining, you almost feel quite helpless as an athlete because the only way to get out of it is to pretty much do nothing.
Yeah.
And then you're just thinking, like, the days are ticking away and I'm literally just sitting and I can't train.
Yeah.
And we always used to say, like, if you get yourself into a hole and you get overtraining, it actually takes longer for you to get out of it than it did for you to get yourself in it.
Yeah.
So you're just waiting, feeling like time's moving. And yeah, I think we all could have done stuff better, but I definitely felt like I was too harsh and intense on the people around me, so I didn't get the best out of myself or support them as well as I could have done, which I think is a massive part of being in a crew boat, and a massive part, especially in a double, because there's only two of you, like, that's what makes it click. I actually think it's you being good yourself individually is sort of a given once you get to a certain level. It's actually, can you get the best out of the person you're working with and they're you, and I didn't do that well. Yeah, so I think that's what went wrong, a mix of pushing it too hard and not dealing with it very well.